My
Hi,
bad.
hello, friends. My voice cracked.
Hello. Well, we gotta have one at least every episode, you know. That's how it's supposed to work.
Bro, I don't know if, well, I know they don't know this, but like, I don't know if you know this. I have been so horribly sick all week. I ended up missing 2 days of work, and y'all know, like, I don't miss work. So my voice is still doing a thing.
Not gonna lie, I have been like on and off sick because of allergies, thanks to where we live. Haha. And I am I have collected 8 hours of sleep in total in the past 3 days.
I very unfortunately feel that.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
if I sound a little unenthusiastic, it is not just because of the topic, but because of my sleep. Totally not a not a little jab. Nervous laughter. Um,
Ugh,
but yeah. At least this time the cardboard cutouts are working properly.
what is your beef with Changbin? God.
Listen, he's lazy. All right.
He is not. You shut your filthy mouth and
So
take it back.
so lazy. He just stands
Banned.
there with
Banned.
this little band face and like chiseled features. You can at
Banned.
least do something. I'm just saying.
He's a cardboard cutout. What more do you want?
Listen,
He's
he can at
serving his
least hold a
purpose.
latte. You can at least tape a latte to his hand, so he seems like he's doing something. I'm just saying.
Oh, Lord. Well, if you're new here,
Well,
I am Elvish. This is Violet. That's unfortunately Aqua.
yes. Former co-host and now resident guest star that totally doesn't live in a 2-box condo right outside the studio next to the Asian restaurant that's right next to our studio that gives me free food.
You make it sound like I am a horrible,
Listen,
horrible person.
listen, the last check bounced, okay, and I couldn't afford a 3-box condo, so I'm stuck with the 2-box condo. All right, not my fault.
Okay, well, he does not live in a condo. Okay, anywho.
You're not supposed to tell him that, damn it. What the heck? The condo to me. Oh man,
Okay.
we're a
Well,
mess. This is natural, okay? Don't worry about it. This is normal.
and today, unfortunately, we're gonna have to shit all over something. Okay, so let's. If you're new
It's gonna be
here,
rough.
let's
It's
take it
gonna
back.
be rough, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
if
just
you're
letting you all
new
know it's gonna
here,
be rough.
let's take it back. Our very first videos ever were about ACOTAR. We are massive A Court of Thorns and Roses fans. We originally thought we were massive Sarah J. Maas fans, but now I'm kind of second guessing that. But A Court of Thorns and Roses is the best thing to ever exist in my world, and obviously Aqua's world, and we base our entire personalities off of it. So,
What? Never.
there
Bad
were
boys for life.
rumors, not the bad boys. There
What?
were
I had to.
rumors, the new ACOTAR, so ACOTAR 5 or 6, depending on if you think Starlight was a novella or like Canada's 4 or whatever, whatever. People on TikTok are weird. But there are rumors that the new ACOTAR stems from all 3 of the Crescent Cities, which all 3 of the Crescent Cities stems from Throne of Glass. So here we are in the middle of Throne of Glass. We are finally on book number 3, The Assassin's Blade, and my fucking god, what a snooze fest this shit was. And I had to read it twice. I hated every second of both reads. It was trash.
Yeah. Okay. My thing, for those who know me, who are like, you know, dedicated listeners, watchers, however you want to call it, I am the type to really give things a try and, you know, see the good in it. I don't know if it's just the stress from life that made it very extra difficult to go through the books. Um, so yeah, I struggled too, and I could definitely say making it to the end was a victory in a sort because I made it and survived.
But at
And
what
I hate
cost?
saying that. At what cost is my sanity? But but yeah, I think that there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
it has. If I can just go ahead and say, like, I'm still gonna say I'm a Sarah J. Maas fan. I'm still gonna say that because, as we said, as Elvish has said a moment ago, we are massive core fans. I know I am for sure. Bat Boys for life. Um, want to live in the in you know in the city of Starlight, but this one was really rough and uh,
I mean,
I
I
hate
guess.
ragging on books, I hate ragging on it, but it was just so
Yeah.
repetitive. It was so slow, and I don't mind third person, but this one was really rough.
Yeah, and I guess like, super quick just for like the viewer's sake, Assassin's Blade is like a really controversial book as far as like where it should be read in the series. Half of the fandoms say that it should be read in the third place, spot because that's what Sarah J. Maas published it in, and then the others say that it should be read first. I have now done it both times. I read it first the first time before Throne of Glass. It completely ruined my experience. And then I went into Throne of Glass completely dreading it. And then we ended up reading, I had to reread Throne of Glass for us to do this series. And now reading it third, I think it's a better experience reading it third, but the book is still shit. But with that being said, Assassin's Blade is basically made up of 5 short stories of Celaena's life.
Selena's life, yeah.
Um, we have like book 1, or I guess like part 1, which is the assassin and the pirate lord, part 2, which is the assassin and the healer, then the assassin in the desert, and then the assassin in the underworld, and then finally the assassin in the empire. And when I tell you, and if you watch the next video, because we're actually recording 2 of her books today, if
Mm.
you watch the next video, you're going to hear me say it again. But the Throne of Glass series is a whole bunch of words, but absolutely no action. There's nothing remotely happening in any of these books. There's no battle, there's no tension, there's no banter, there's no anything. It's just a whole lot of words. Words that come together and mean absolutely fuck all. And I know I'm going to get someone in the comments that are going to be like, well, that's because you probably like romantasy rather than high fantasy. I love high fantasy. It's actually one of my all time favorite things. But,
Same here.
and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to apologize in advance. But it has to be said, and I'm someone to clock myself. So, horrible writing is horrible writing. It doesn't matter how you polish it up. If you write something terribly, that does not excuse like the lack of plot and shit. So I truly wholeheartedly believe that like Sarah didn't have her oomph about her yet, and the writing is just so god awful. And I've said it before, you can overly describe things to the point where it just makes no sense. And you guys know I hate third person. I have found a lot
Mm.
of books, like for example, the Dream Harbor series is third person. Absolutely love them. Almost every single book is a 5-star rating out of that series. This is third person, and when I tell you, she legitimately writes as if we're stupid.
Yeah, and a lot of repetition. So much repetition. Like, to kind of piggyback off, and I'm sure I'm this is kind of like an on-topic tangent, but so many of like the same description, like she said, just bunch of words. The same thing was said over and over again.
Yes.
I had like multiple times, like I had listened to the book. Elvish usually reads the book, but I think she's starting to read them or listen to them more often. But either way, usually I'm always listening, so I'm always using audiobooks. Um, Audible sponsor us, that'd be great. Thanks. Um, just saying. Um, and I don't know how many times I've checked my phone to see if I accidentally hit
Rewrite
like
something, right?
exactly, yes, oh my god, yes, basically, like I had to check back to see if I hit go back 30 seconds like every single time. Like I get it, okay, you said the same thing twice, okay, can we move on please? Like I get it, you're setting up the scene, but if you said the same thing twice in a different order, you're saying the same thing twice regardless, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. 100%. Because, okay, the thing is, Celaena will be. Okay, so first of all, even in Throne of Glass, Celaena Sardothien has to be announced every other sentence. Literally.
Oh my god.
Every other.
Oh my god.
But mind you, it's not just saying Celaena said or whatever. Celaena Sardothien, what was it? The greatest assassin. Like, shut the fuck up.
Okay. Can I let the viewers
Please
know
go
something
for it.
that's really
Please
funny?
go for
I
it.
think I DM'd it to you. So okay, I was really tired, not a lot of sleep. Still don't have a lot of sleep, and I did like shots of my energy drink, which I'm not supposed to be having any, by the way, so don't at me. And I finished an energy drink. In an hour of listening to the book, and I did it every time I heard that something that was repetitive. um it was less than an hour. I only made it an hour because like again, I kept checking my phone if I hit backwards, so half of those were supposed to be drinks, and instead it was me checking my phone more than once to see if I, like as I said, as I'm repeating it again so that you understand what we went through the book, that I kept checking my freaking phone because it was so repetitive.
And then it annoys me because, like, literally, sentence 1 would be like Celaena Sardothien, and then sentence 2, Celaena Sardothien, and then the third sentence, Celaena Sardothien. Mind you, all 3 sentences, nothing has happened. She hasn't walked forward. She hasn't sat up. She hasn't pulled out a knife. She hasn't done anything. It's just literally Celaena Sardothien looked around. Celaena Sardothien could see a figure in the back. Celaena Sardothien felt scared. Celaena Sardothien, like, please stop. Please stop. And then here it is, mind you. In the next video, it would be now book 4. They still call her, like, what is it, like Celaena Sardothien, the king's assassin, or some shit like that. Like
the king's champion, the assassin of Adolin's assassin. Like I get it. We've heard it over and over again. Just call yourself Celaena. Call yourself Celine Dion if you have to. Just quit saying that. The title. We get it. We heard it 100 times. The problem is that like she's full of pride, and I get that. But there's a way to have someone who's very prideful but not annoying in that sense.
Well, and then that's the thing too, like that kind of piggybacking off of what you were just saying too. It's to the point too where every time, because mind you, there's 5 short stories in this specific book. Every time she goes and starts the new section and has this whole new experience, it's the same descriptive words, the same repetitive names, repetitive actions, repetitive, just everything that you could read. It's basically the same story duplicated, copy and pasted 5 different times, with the scenery semi-changed and the name semi-changed. Everything else, it's the exact same story duplicated 5 times.
Yeah.
There's no difference between them. There's no uniqueness between them. It's just
the only way I know
boring.
That something is like different happening, or like a different location, I mean, is if it's stated bluntly, or if there's a different name being used. that is like the only time I could ever figure out what's going on.
Which at that point, if there's a different
Especially
name, like stated bluntly, now I have to go back 3 chapters and make sure I didn't miss this random person coming in.
exactly. I think that's worse on the the next book in my opinion because holy fuck.
Oh my god, the next book was a thing.
Yes. But that's for next episode. That means you got to tune in, guys.
Either way, I mean, I literally have nothing else to say. I didn't enjoy this book at all. I personally 1000% wholeheartedly think the series is perfect if you take this book out of the lineup completely. And I know people are going to say, but Elvish, you get to see Celaena's background. It's nothing to see. There's nothing there. There's nothing
I mean,
there.
I think I've said it in the other episode that honestly, and of course I mean this like out of critical criticism, but not like in a malicious way. I honestly think that the first book with Assassin's Blade, the second and the first and second book should have all been together, or at least
Agreed.
the first and second book in chronological order, in lore order. So Assassin's Blade was like what the third book, right? And the first Blade was um Throne of
Throne?
Glass. Yes, yes. I don't know. I was about to say Court of Glass. That's not it. Throne of Glass and Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass could have been one whole book, right?
I mean,
Take
even
out a lot
Crown
of
of
the
Nightmare,
repetition.
right? Is that what it's called? Crown of Midnight.
I think so. Yeah.
Crown of Midnight.
Crown of
Even
Midnight.
that could have been
Yeah,
the
even
same.
Crown of Midnight could have been, but I think Crown of Midnight could have at least like some of the end details of Crown of Midnight could have been paired with Heir of Fire.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there was necessary for them to be their own standalone books, because I think if you were like forced to kind of like cut some stuff and shorten it for like a specific length, might have saved the series.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because you'll be forced to condense, forced to take out some of the repetition, and the descriptions are going to be a little more simpler. Because sure, you're saying the same thing over and over again, but at the same time, over description kind of just ruins it all, because they were like, oh, okay, well, this is a lot. And sure, you're gonna be like, hey, Aqua, skill issue. Yeah, I get that. I do have many skill issues, but that's besides the point. The thing is like, for let's say for a normal reader, I hardly count myself as a reader because I listen, but in a general term, in terms of like, you know, from books and things like that, I'm very casual. And this is hard for a casual, I guess, unless you're someone who barely pays attention to the books themselves. I paid attention to the books, and that hurt me more than anything. I think at some point while I was like working and listening, I kind of like toned out a bit, and I understood the book more because of it.
Yeah, no, I actually agree completely with that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like that, I don't know how to take that. And the thing is, when I go to each book, I try not to compare it to other books. So it's been a while since I've like listened or read Court, the Court series. So I've kind of went in there kind of fresh because it's been a hot minute since I've listened to those. And so, and I tried to go through every book pretty objectively. We both do. Of course, we can't help make comparisons and look at things, especially when we start analyzing, because, you know, we're trying to, you know, give our honest opinion and things like that. And it's just, it was really hard. I had to kind of dumb myself down for me to enjoy it more. If that, like, and it has so much potential, so much good stuff. Like what? Doing a throwback to when Celaena Sardothien, Adolin's greatest assassin, the Arobyn's protege, and the King's champion, when she was becoming King's champion as Adolin's assassin. um, Celaena Sardothien could have at least done a little more combat, more of the training stuff.
You know,
Like I was
being
interested in
Ardwin's
the training
assassin.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Arabynn's assassin. Yeah, of course. How could I forget that? So being Adolin's assassin, seeing her go to the ringer, to be the king's champion for Adolin as Celaena Sardothien, it would have been nice. It kind of like skipped over stuff. I mean, I get it. We're kind of getting the same points, and then it
At
yeah,
this point, I have to check to see if the audiobook is playing or if it's you.
no, it's
You know,
yeah, I am. I'm playing it right now because I ran out of stuff to say, so I like recorded myself, and yeah.
well, the very, very, very last thing I'll say, and I mean, literally, I have nothing else. I am gonna piggyback one more time off of what Aqua said. Literally, Throne of Glass, let's just say it's like, what, 65, 70 chapters long? The
Something like that.
first, I think, let's say 65 chapters, right? The first 60
Actually,
chapters.
I can make sure. Actually, hold on. I got
I know
my
I have the book
audio
behind. I have the book
Yeah.
behind me, but I don't feel like getting it.
Yeah. We're oh, whoops! I didn't mean to start it.
This is Audible.
This is listen, Audible. Hey, babe girl, it'd be nice if you, I don't know,
I
sponsor
always
us.
hate. I really hate when I have my Audible at 2 times speed, and so I expect to open it, being like, "This is Audible," but instead it's like, "This is Audible." Like, why are you at 1 time speed?
We're so used to it. Let's see, that's 28. That's 40. 42 chapters, and
Okay,
and then adding the after and like some other like after beginning. That's technically 2 more chapters, so that's like what 44. We'll say 46.
okay, let's just
46
say,
chapters.
yeah, let's just say 45, 46 chapters. So the first 40
Yeah, something like that.
chapters is literally just descriptions. Nothing happens. Nothing's going on. There's very to little no banter. There's no progression. There's no character development. There's no, quite literally, there's nothing. The final 4, maybe 5 chapters, you get the tiniest ounce. Like, I mean, like, if you have an eyedropper, like, like those are like little things that you use for medicine, you get the tiniest little drop on your tongue, and you're like, ooh, this book is kind of getting a little good. And then the final, like, chapter, it dies down completely. Then you go into Crown of Midnight, right?
Yeah.
Once again, the entire book, up until maybe the last 10 chapters, nothing but descriptions. Absolutely to little no banter, no development, no anything. And then, like, okay. And then you get to this book. Nothing. And I mean, not a single thing. The entire book happened.
I think the only parts that I kind of enjoyed the most, because I felt like more of like the creative effort was put in, was when she was with the silent assassin people. I think that was the only time, in my opinion.
And like, I know that book 5 technically is a direct setup for the opening of Throne of Glass. We didn't need it. Throw it out. Double it, give it to the next person. I don't want it.
That or just look up a summary.
Yeah.
It'd be fine.
I mean, literally, this is the most disappointing series I have ever read in my life. I don't even know if I want to rate it. I think I was nice, and I think I gave it like a 3-star, but to be real with you, I want to give it a 1-star. I hate this book so much.
Well, I guess we already know now your rating.
Yeah. That's all I have.
I'm giving it, I'm being nice, and it's because I actually enjoyed, and that's when I tuned out the most, was during the desert. I liked it, but when it came to the
desert was... Oh, I hated the desert the most.
Really? I kind of liked it. The only thing is what I didn't like, which kind of ruined it a bit, was the horse part, because I didn't feel the thrill. I didn't feel it. Like, you know the meme when there's like, when she said, "Is it in yet?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I finished," and she's like, "Oh, no, that was me." Odd description, but that's how I felt. That was
so
how I felt. That was how I felt.
so valid.
Yeah, and so, but that was the part that I enjoyed when it came to that part, because that part I liked, because that was the only thing I kind of remembered that actually stuck around. Like I remember the other stuff, but that was like the only one that I felt entertained for once. And so, and that was when I tuned out, which was funny. So
Well,
that carried it for me. So I think this might be my lowest score. That wasn't a horror book. I think my lowest score for this is probably like a very charitable 3, but in my heart it's like a 2.8.
yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah. That's all I have, though, personally, to be honest with you. I don't even want to waste more time talking about this book, to be honest.
You know me, I'm usually the generous one, and I'm trying to look for excuses to make it a 3.
Yeah, there are none.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well,
I feel bad.
I guess
I
if
love Sarah J. Maas.
we like her other series. But yeah, if you guys are
Bad Boys for Life.
interested in what we think about the next book, because this was book 3, we're about to record book 4. Go ahead,
Yep.
hop on over to that video. If not, if you're just seeing this as it's being uploaded, sorry, you have to wait until next week. But go watch the next video, and we will see you there.
Yeah, and while you're waiting, you can totally visit the other episode. Yay!
Okay, bye. Yeah.
Okay, bye. Did you feed violence?
Hopefully.